I decided to painstakingly go through the entire animatronic wiki to figure out which animatronics would leave you at the altar and which would be happy to marry you. Why? Don't ask. I developed an entire canvas regarding which scenario each animatronic perfectly fits into in this neat, easy to understand, logically straightforward chart. I will go over each section since I've created subsections on those that attend and do not attend the party, guests, etc. Excluded. So first off, I'm going to go over the exclusions from this list. There are animatronics from the wiki that, in some way or another, cannot fit into this scenario I came up with while tipsy out back with my dear old pa. First off, withered animatronics. These are the older versions of the main animatronics, so I'm considering them as post-marriage. I described them as, they're like animatronics, but like old men. The Funtime / Springlock suit. This is just a PNG. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? All differently skinned animatronics, festive ones, dark versions, and so on, will be excluded as well because they're just the main animatronics in costumes. Additionally, any animatronics only seen in photos like Glamrock, Mr. Hippo will not be included. If they don't have a physical presence in any of the games, they do not exist to me. Prototype Glamrock Freddy. This is Glamrock Freddy, but before you guys met. He's in a frat right now, so give him some time to figure out that communications isn't his major. The Endos. They're just animatronics, but fucking naked. They're just the animatronics, but proud nudists. So nude, where it's just your future spouse's organ system walking. You want a pile of organs leaving you at the altar? Yeah, me neither. They're off the list. All security bots have the role of staff at the wedding, so they aren't included in the list of attendees. All of the plush animatronics have far too small of roles for me to consider them, so they're the wedding gifts the guests brought. F10 N4. This isn't a spouse, this is a creepypasta waiting to happen. No! Bonnie Headbull. Why? Proto-mimics, mannequins, and the unicorn, yeah, no. Shoe. Doesn't leave you. Now that I've labeled out my completely justified reasons to inequality within my video, it's time to go over your lovely 9-foot-tall dead children stuffed into suits that you are marrying. You disgusting bastard. These animatronics are just happy to be included at their own wedding. These animatronics were probably the ones who proposed with a cute dinner and love you wholeheartedly in a somewhat healthy way. They still keep the romance alive, open doors for you, the typical stuff. And they're happy to still be wanted by you and still are surprised you even want them back. The low self-esteems who managed to somehow snag you. JJ. She's had like 7 bad dates before you and she's still shocked by what a normal healthy relationship is. Fredbear. He's the quiet loner kid you sat with and just grew on you. Nightmarian. The above, but also emo. Glamrock Bonnie. Alright, listen, this man is a teenage star who went viral once but never recovered the popularity he once had and lost himself trying to chase it. I'm thinking some sort of kid actor in a popular show. He eventually gave up chasing for popularity and settled down in a town to try out music when he met you. He thinks he's a washed up nobody, but hey, you think he's sweet. Eclipse. Self-esteem issues. Swing Bee. She sure as hell doesn't know how she got you. Everyone doesn't comprehend, at least of all you. No one gets it, but you love her through some divine miracle. Trash in the Gang. Listen, we just love a good underdog, and this is totally a polycule. You're dating all 4 of them. Plan to this wedding. Now we're moving on to the more firmer of the animatronic. The ones that do love you. They really do. But they fucking planned this wedding. They're going to be there. And they do love you very, very much as well. But this wedding has to be done a certain way, and you were just along for the ride. Freddy Fazbear. I mean, come on, look at him. He had to plan this wedding. He really wanted to keep his top hat and bow tie. Nightmare. An odd choice, I know, but you're telling me this man secretly isn't going to micromanage the wedding behind your back? Ballora. After her first wedding went to horse shit, she's going to fret the fuck over this one. Strap up, because you're going to be taking in the brunt of this ex-husband drama. Montgomery Gator. There is no way to this man unless it is his way. Yes, he will be getting drunk at his own wedding, but you're okay with that. Candy Cadet. He's been playing this wedding since he's been conceived upon in the factory line. Every guest there will be perfectly colored, or so fucking help him he will find them. And he loves you. But this isn't what the wedding's about anymore. Beats up the white-wearing aunt at the wedding. These are your normal, standard, run-of-the-mill spouses. Not fantastic, not bad. Just pure neutral lovers who have their faults and are otherwise normal. But if they see someone wearing a white dress to the wedding and ruining your special moment, they're going to lose their shit in your honor. Let me stop you right there. I bet you were about to say something about being the one in the dress. Did I stutter? Did I say a gender-specific outfit? No. I don't care if you're a man, woman, neither, both, or if you don't exist within my realm of comprehension. You're wearing the dress because I said so. But don't worry, these ones will defend your honor. Foxy. This man runs down a hallway and lunges into your room if you can't be bothered to peep at him taking a shit on the stage periodically. He's been ready for this moment since he met your aunt. Little bit. Ever since your aunt turned down their scented candles business idea, they've just been looking for an excuse. Glamrock Chica. She's extremely protective of her fiancé and will throw hands if someone so much as breathes upon your presence wrong. Golden Freddy. They have issues in past relationships that manifest in extreme protectiveness and overreactions to things that can harm your self-esteem. There's a 25% chance that your aunt does not leave the wedding alive. Jackie. Your aunt's pronouns go from she, her to was, were. Would kill someone to sniff your foot. In a positive way, if you squint really hard. I said what I said. Monty. Everyone thinks you two are wedding one another just because it's a shotgun marriage, and they are correct. Pig Patch. You both are high school sweethearts who are too afraid of change to even fathom breaking up. Not healthy for you, but Pig Patch is terrified that he can't do better, so it works out for him. Ringmaster Rat. This man met you in a coffee shop and went in every single morning on your shift to flirt. He wasn't good at it and always ordered the most disgusting coffee you could imagine. Eventually, you said yes just to shut him the hell up about his stupid dropshipping business idea following his crypto attempt. Jugband Monty. You both were childhood friends turned sweethearts, and honestly, you both love each other a lot. He is intense, but frankly, so are you. Birthday Puppy. They've never killed someone they've married in a fit of obsessive love over a coworker texting you, but hey, they're always ready to start a pattern of behavior. Start writing your will. Loki just loves you earnestly. These animatronics are the only ones in a full-fledged, healthy relationship with you where both parties have good self-esteem, communication is used, and overall everything just goes great forever. Don't worry, this section will be short. The puppet. Listen, she loves you. She's there for you when times get tough, and hey, she's a very good listener. And she has a hell of a good sleep playlist that helps you get right to bed. Happy Frog. Childhood friends, but you both grew into wonderful, amazing people because of one another's support. You guys cannot imagine a life without one another because of just how pure and wonderfully you love one another. Glamrock Freddy. He is unrelentingly supportive and encouraging of your dreams. Sun. Even though he's the sun, he treats you like the sun shines out of your ass. Cleanovac. He's the male wife, hands down. He cleans, he cooks, and he worships you like a religion. You work the 9 to 5 while he stays at home and makes sure the animals are kept for, the kids are ready to go to school, and that you can come home to a happy husband. He's the type of man who has the heating pads and chocolate prepared if your period springs up on you. We stand Cleanovac. Different roles. Now, not all animatronics have Riz, so we're going to go over which animatronics would have an entirely different role in the wedding. Is the friend-zoned bridesmaid, eternally single. These are the animatronics that are unlucky in the dating scene. They're good friends to you, but they've likely been either friend-zoned by you in the past, or they've secretly repressed their feelings for ages and they aren't happy for you. But they don't know why. Eternally suffering. Bonnie. He really just thought if he kept waiting, you'd remember the feelings confessed when he was 7 years old and one day return them. Safe to say it didn't work. Music Man. He hasn't gone to full incel, but he has dipped his toes into the throes of Reddit Am I the Asshole about being upset over your marriage despite being so damn nice to you. Thankfully, the comments tore him to shreds. Orville Elephant. An actually sweet man that just couldn't let go of his romantics of his first ever crush and kind of trapped himself in daydreams about the slim possibility. He means well, but he doesn't have the mental strength to just cut his losses and bail. L-Chip. 100% an incel that really just doesn't understand why you don't like him. And even at the wedding, he makes subtle jabs about your current partner to try and rock your boat. Bestie! These are the actual bridesmaids and best men that are just pure good friends of yours and are hella supportive. They don't pour wine onto your white-dressed aunt. They drive out to your house and set it on fire. These people are built different. Lefty. He will shove his left hand up someone's ass if they interrupt the ceremony. Mystic Hippo. Your girl has your back. When the band you chose suddenly backed out last minute, she suddenly manifested clarity with all of their instruments and solo did the entire wedding for a sleeve of Ritz crackers. Mr. Rockapus. The chill skater dude. That's it. That's all he is, and that's all he needs to be. Dicky Typer. He gave the weird kid a chance, and it turns out he's just some autistic dude who really loves trains. He's harmless. Kids table. No wedding on Earth is complete without a table for the booger-infested brats to roam, and since your wedding venue is stable to the ground, yours is no different. These are the younglings who got dragged along by their parents that couldn't catch a whiff of a babysitter in the 7 months they've had since your RSVP. What a shame. Toy Freddy. He's brought crayons to doodle with, so he's relatively quiet. Nightmare Mangle. Ironically, the most well-behaved of the bunch. Fredlings. They ate Toy Freddy's crayons, and now they're shitting rainbows. Biddy Bab. Went up to you after the vows and asked when you're going to get divorced. Rockstar Foxy's parrot. If you're marrying Foxy, this is his kid, and you've become the mother to this kid. Rockstar has to drive home in the limo with you, and you aren't getting a wedding night. Sorry, buddy, you're on parent duty now. Little Joe. More like little shit, this boy decided to try and trip you on the way down the aisle. No one would blame you if you suplexed his child. Magician. Just look at that thing. His parents gave him something before the wedding that was expired. Human heads. These are the kids of that one couple that doesn't know what a condom is. Or parenting. Or common sense. Xylophone snake. This poor, sweet, little 4-year-old kid just discovered the beauty of weddings, and now he's going to spend the rest of his youth daydreaming for his own wedding. He also went up to you and said you looked really pretty in your dress. Helpy. He wanted to be the ring bearer, but almost lost your ring within the first second of touching it. The emo cousin that hates his whole event possibly brought black paint for your dress. Yeah, you know what to expect. All shadow animatronics. These kids all started a screaming metal band in one of the garages, and all of their parents simultaneously hate it. All phantom animatronics. These are the hardcore Halloween kids that always go out TPing houses and scaring the shit out of you if you dare to venture their territory after October 1st crawls into your calendar. If you've scheduled your wedding during October and dare to invite these boys, panic. Creepy uncle. Don't let this group near the kids' table. Carney. He worked as a clown professionally, and he is the sole reason for 2016 happening the way it did. Ned Bear. Now this guy doesn't mean to actually be the creepy uncle, but he is so socially inept that unintentionally presents himself as someone who's trying to lure kids into a pretty white van out back. When all he really wants is to have someone enjoy his elaborate, full recreation of New York City from Legos. Lemonade/fruit punch clown. These two were banned from the wedding. You don't know how they got in. Mr/Mrs. Helpful. When your uncle got married to someone his age, you all thought that maybe he was finally turning a new leaf. Then you met his wife and realized that neither of them are legally allowed within 15 miles of a school. Lasso Pig. He hasn't done anything yet, but you all are just waiting for the shoe to drop. Egg Baby. It's just because of the name. If I had an uncle named Egg Baby, I'd throw myself into the sun. Ants wearing white. We all know one of these. While they might not manifest to wearing white to the wedding, they wear white with their attitude. They will bitch and moan and bother you the entire time about things they wanted in the wedding. Funtime Chica. Oh, she thinks it's annoying you somehow managed to get hitched before her, and she makes it your problem. Funtime Foxy. She just straight up wore white, and if you cried, she would have drank your tears as champagne. Roxanne Wolf. To be honest, she's been going through a rough patch and really needed to feel special for a day. She didn't mean to upstage you, but she really needed this. Fortune Teller. She's your hardcore Zen, spiritual aunt who believes wearing white to a wedding will help purify you for your wedding night. You only invited her because you wanted her free present. Neon Jukebox. This one was a legitimate accident. She's now aware of the no white rule and fully meant no ill harm. Nurse Dolly. She's your uncle's new girlfriend who can't handle any woman younger or prettier than her, and she is making it your problem for the day. Big Top is the husband that looks the other way while she insecurely rampages. Wedding Crashers. These are each groups of friends that snuck into your wedding for the open bar and free food. Nightmare Gain. These are the older, jaded college kids who just want to recover from finals after the teacher suddenly made it paper-based and their ChatGPT plans were foiled. You had to kick them out after they got blackout drunk. Rockstar Gang. They're actually super nice kids that, when your original band dropped last minute, offered to do the event just for some free food. And they're actually super good. Jug Band Frogs. Yeah, they snuck in and robbed several people's wallets while they were on the dance floor. You aren't getting any of it back. Left you. Now we're getting to the core meat of the video. What animatronics, if destined to wed you, would leave you on the altar? This, like the first section, has a bunch of branching paths. A bountiful harvest of futures where your lover abandons you. Legit just forgot the date. These animatronics are the only ones on this list that didn't want to or intend to leave you up there. Time simply just isn't a concept within their realm of understandable existence. Chica. She full-on just slept in because she forgot to set her alarm. Funtime Freddy. He autopiloted to work and realized 2 hours into his shift that he was supposed to be wed an hour ago. His boss and co-workers were really confused why he wasn't at his own wedding, but they didn't want to bring it up in case it was canceled last minute. Diving Seal. He just wanted to pick you up as a surprise for the wedding, but he got stuck in traffic. Hand Unit. This man has no concept of time, and this was your last straw. Thank God he didn't sign any papers. DD. At least she apologized for pancakes. Turned to gay/straight. Circus Baby completely discovered that whatever gender you are, yeah, no, she's not attracted to it. Are you a girl? She realizes she's straight. Are you a man? She just came out as gay. Non-binary or gender fluid? Well, fuck you, she's A or A's. Whatever you are, she's just not into that anymore. Got kicked out early. Out of their own wedding. They managed to get kicked out of their own wedding. Maybe you just dodged a bullet with some of these. Toy Bonnie. He dressed up in a League of Legends t-shirt and cargo shorts. He fucking dressed up to his own wedding in a League of Legends t-shirt that was unwashed. Toy Chica. She got drunk at the open bar before you even managed to walk down the aisle and then slurred during her vows. You kicked her out before she got to note card 2. It took her 13 minutes to get to her second note card. Mangle. She just started crawling on the ceiling and frankly, you didn't feel like it. Bub. You specifically requested that no cake was to be smushed into faces. Your face was smushed with said cake. If you had your way, his bloodline would have ended that very moment. Bonbon. He insulted all of your family in one go. You kicked him out and converted the wedding into a celebration instead. Molten Freddy. He got McDonald's on his suit that morning and didn't even bother to wash it. Just went up to the altar with a Big Mac shaped stain on his crotch and thought everything would be fine. Juggling Duck. He stopped his vows to begin juggling for attention from the crowd. You personally dragged him out, heels be damned. Plush Baby. She went full Bridezilla and it pissed you off so much that you got into a screaming match with her when she decided to scream at your 90-year-old grandma who wore gray. Hang in there, Mima. Has a second family and ran away with your money. I am so sorry, but the road paved to the altar was prettied with flags redder than my ass in December. You should have known better. Pirate Captain. He's always been dodgy with his phone or giving you inaccurate numbers for his job or his finances. Plush Trap. He's been asking you for loans and gifts for a while because of hard times. These hard times in question were a yacht and a trip to Vegas. Nightmare Fredbear. He doesn't have one secret wife. He has 5, and you're the unlucky 6. Don't worry though, at the very least, you've just made 5 new best friends. Minerina. When you two met, they had claimed that they were just in their early 20s and just got out of college like you. Yeah, he lied. Gumball Swivel Hands. When you heard this man somehow managed to charm over 20 women into marriage, frankly, you weren't even that upset. That's impressive as hell. Jug Band Hippo. This man was straight up honest about being married already from the get-go. I don't know how you didn't realize he was being serious. DJ Music Man. He's trying to swindle any money from you so him and his gay drummer can run away together and start a band using your parents' funds for the wedding. He never even rented the church. Mini Music Man. DJ Music Man's kid that learned the exact strategy his dad used, but he's an even worse musician than his dad and doesn't stand a chance even with the money he stole. The man your fiancé left you for. These are the people that somehow seduce your fiance to leave you for them on your wedding day. I don't know how, but these animatronics somehow got that raise. Praise King. Listen, man, I'm sorry. Yours was big, but his was bigger. And I mean wallet. Your wallet. What do you think I meant? The entity. Listen, man, that face, that jawline, that smolder, you stood no fucking chance. Moon. You don't get this at all, but your fiance wanted someone that they could fix. Moon eludes that needy, edgy energy more than you. Caution bot. Their ex that they cannot get over. Their friends have warned them. Their parents have warned them. You warned them. But for the love of God, they cannot even comprehend that their name includes the word caution. Got so annoying at the altar that you left them. How the turntable's table, am I right? Mr. Hippo. The moment that this man dragged out a thick binder for his vows that rambled mostly about himself, you kicked off your heels and walked back down that aisle with a face that aged 20 years within the span of one wedding. Welcome Shokama. She's an influencer that's been trying to utilize your wedding for clout, and after she tried to include a sponsorship with ads into your first dance, you chose to bail. You're not going to monetize your own wedding. Probably. Hopefully. Burn trap. Yeah, he just didn't write any vows. Period. If he isn't going to bother to put any effort into writing his feelings for you, you just aren't going to bother to stay for I do. Tries to murder the bride. These guys don't just alt-R you. They alt-F for you. That was a terrible pun, but I'm not apologizing. Balloon Boy. This creature totally runs you down in a taxi after you try to leave your own wedding. Spring Bonnie. He's a man of tradition, so he smothers you in your sleep with a pillow. How romantic. Nightmare Balloon Boy. He runs you down in 2 taxis. Electro Bab. This horrific thing straight up prepares a romantic bath for you with wine, a book, rose petals, and a bath bomb, and then sneaks in and drops a toaster in when you're in it. Enard, just classic knife. He tears you from the inside out. Store Orphans. Look at him. That's the face of a killer. Glitch Trap. If he could have his way, it'd be trapping you in electronic and smashing you to the ground. But just smashing your head works fine too. Springtrap. Wow, your husband works at Freddy's Pizzeria? How awesome! And he invites you to check out the suits in the back and offers you to put one on? You die a fool. Attempted manslaughter on everyone in the wedding. Yeah, I'm not going to waste my time on this. It's Mr. Cupcake. That little thing is a violent menace. Have you seen the movie? This little shit isn't going to settle for just ending your existence prematurely. It is written within the stars itself that every being that visits that venue that day simply perishes. You and your friends and family go from existing to past tense within moments. The other ones try, but this little shit, he succeeds.